They are statements of style and personality, craftsmanship and high fashion. We're talking about luxury watches, a market that has boomed throughout the pandemic. Total worldwide sales projected by 2025, $52 to $59 billion. And yet these mechanical watches can cost as little as a couple $100. Mark Strassman reports on what makes this lifestyle market tick.
Time is money, often big money. Marquee brand watches like Rolex and Omega, Patek Philippe and Panerai. The big hand says style, the little one whispers status. Or is it the other way around?
The watch market in 2022 is going through a growth spurt unlike we've ever seen.
Ben Clymer founded Hodinkee, a luxury watch website and retailer, roughly 4 million users. Its watches, new and used, start at $50 and end in silly money. Clymer explained why wearers, mostly men, can spend lavishly when smartphones tell the time for free.
Nobody needs watches. Like, this is not life or death. This should be fun. But what watches do is that they can kind of transport you into a different version of yourself.
Watches do more than tell time. They can tell a story. They can speak to you in a very personal way.
Definitely.
They speak to celebs like Jay-Z and LeBron James, Ed Sheeran.
I always said, like, when I eventually make enough money, I will buy the watch.
And Brooke Shields.
For a lot of people, watches are watches. For me, they're always really important pieces of jewelry.
As an income flex, their watches can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars a piece. But there's a variety of prices and styles, and undeniably an element of cosplay throughout. Astronaut watches, pilot watches, dive watches, car racing watches, whatever makes you tick.
And it's really just a way for people to say, hey, this is maybe not who I am, but it's who I could be. And in my mind, maybe I am this person when I have this watch on.
Rock star John Mayer stands front and center as a celebrity watch collector.
Anything with this sort of shale rock stuff, that's...
And an early Hodinkee investor.
It looks like a bunch of watches on a table, and every single watch is connected to a person
and a story
who can't wait to get it.
Starting as a kid, Mayer spent all hours intrigued by the wizardry of watches.
I was always into it. I think when you're a kid and you don't own much, the fact that you could put something on your wrist and it accompanied you and it felt like a tool and felt like you were in some way just more equipped, you know?
And the first nice watch you had?
Rolex Explorer 2. Couldn't wait. I go to the jeweler in Atlanta, where we are, and I had the one moment in my life where I know they don't take me seriously because they don't know who I am.
You were Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman.
Yeah, I wanted that a little bit, exactly. I wanted it a little bit. I was a lost cause, and I had a Rolex before my friends graduated college. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Would you take a picture of my watch in that setup?
Mayer's passionate about watches with encyclopedic knowledge.
Baby's first picture. That's like a glamour shot. It's beautiful.
Should we go through a few?
Yeah, absolutely.
And a collection worth tens of millions of dollars.
But I could also say I took the money that I made in my 20s and held on to it a different way.
And as investments, watch is more fun than a stock certificate.
I'm a musician, I'm a misfit, I'm an idiot. This does not represent a complex algorithm that I worked out to make money. I love watches. I did, for the last 18 years of the last 20 years, blow my money on watches in the minds of other people.
When Apple introduced its watch in 2015 and quickly became the world's bestseller, many experts thought time had run out on luxury watches. Instead, the market raced even faster.
It's the gateway drug, frankly, for watches.
You would think that Apple Watch, $500, multi-functions.
Yeah.
What the hell do you need a fancy watch for?
You don't need a fancy watch. It allows you to appreciate things in a totally different way. And you can call it materialistic, but you can also call it beautiful.
For Bobby Wooten III, a 33-year-old bass player living in Queens, New York, watches are an element of style. His style.
I like colors. For me, it's matching with my outfit.
And you've got some old school stuff.
I do. This Longines, 1960 right here. Probably, yeah, my baby, I guess. That's like very nice occasions am I wearing this one.
Would you ever wear an Apple Watch?
No, I wouldn't. I think because it feels too robotic for me. It feels too like I'm like conforming to this thing that this company wants me to like live by.
We watched him buy a Seiko Prospex Monster. Cost $525.
This one has like certain personality. I like these edges and stuff too.
Yeah.
For him, an expensive watch.
These aren't big money.
I don't do that. This isn't John Mayer's watch collection. This is the watch collection of the guy who's on stage just behind John Mayer and to the left playing with them.
Wooten's typical of something surprising. Younger customers, Millennial and Gen Z, now drive this market. Digital generations with a taste for analog.
They put a $100 strap on a $100 watch. And nothing makes me happier to that. They just want to be part of this community. They want to be part of the club.
So of all these watches, which one?
$39.40. Call it a day.
In this community, it's all about how a watch looks, feels, makes you feel.
The barrier to entry is to love watches. All that matters is you see something that has a design that speaks to you and that you want to wear.
And once you do, it's about time. For CBS Saturday Morning, I'm Mark Strassman in Atlanta.
Forget the Apple Watch. I thought this was the end of watches forever. So to hear that it has not is amazing.
It's the watchmaking process, too, and the skill involved in putting these together, and also wearing something that doesn't depend on being charged. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
There are 60.
And it
that
can
are-
run for that long.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, well, there's 60 watches in my household, so that's all
Wow.
I'm saying. 60. Got to get that watch case. Well, she's been called the reigning queen of American comfort food. Up next on The Dish, fried chicken and eggnog waffles draw fans and celebrities to Melba Wilson's Harlem restaurant here in New York. We'll take a look next.
And next week on CBS Saturday Morning, a new film about Kanye West goes back to his early days before he was a household name. We're going to meet the filmmakers who spent more than 20 years working on it.
Baby, 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 I'm coming home.
60 watches?
60.
Mark, all Mark.
No, 10 are mine, but 10. I have 10 analog
You only
watches.
wear that watch. I only see you with your Apple
Yeah,
Watch.
I have several, and a few have even been stolen. My favorite was my Breitling from 2000, and you know,
Stolen like by children stolen or
no,
actually?
stolen like in a hotel room in Los Angeles. Yeah, because
no.
yeah, but
I have
I'm still
one
heartbroken
really
over
nice
that.
watch, which I hope to hand down to my son someday.
Right.
And
Is it that blue
Nicole
and
is.
red?
I don't have a watch on today.
Yeah.
And Nicole, I think, is the same way.
I have.
To do with Victoria.
She has one really nice one.
Yeah.
I have my dad's watch that sort of runs and sort of doesn't that I will keep forever. And I used to wear, remember those really chunky Michael Kors watches?
Yes.
I have them in gold and
I
silver
do
and rose
too.
gold. And like Brooke Shields in that piece said, to me,
It's a piece
even
of
when they stopped running, it wasn't that, it was
Yeah.
just a piece of jewelry. And I've stopped and I have my Apple Watch on most of the time. That's it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you have. I buy a couple extra bands for it, but that's it.
It's a memory. It's part of who you are then,
I
especially
get
if it
it.
gets handed down over the years.
Yeah.
But then who's counting my steps? I need someone to count my
I know. Well, my childhood friend Michelle Tyson gave this to me, so
It has memory as
It has
well.
yeah.
So your Apple Watch has memories.
All of them have memories.
All right.
All of them.